Prynhawn da a croeso. Good afternoon and welcome. By the authority given in the statutes of the Open University, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. Distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to all to this 27th of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2023. I'm also delighted to welcome to the ceremony our special guests and key supporters of the university who have found time in their busy diaries to be with us today. And a special welcome to our honorary graduand, Narina Shopland. We're delighted, Narina, to be able to honour you today. Each year, the Open University awards a range of qualifications that you've all worked so hard for, graduates. Certificates of higher education on to doctorates. It's been 50 years now since the first OU degree ceremony that was held in 1973. And today you join thousands, hundreds of thousands of graduates who've been presented for their qualifications at our ceremonies. For my colleagues, and for me certainly, these ceremonies are highlights of our year because we're celebrating your success. The ceremonies are held throughout England as well as Scotland and here in Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. You're graduating from the largest European university with an extraordinary scale, scope, and reach. Our success is down to what our graduates achieve, and not just the qualifications that you're presented for today, but the difference that you will make with it. It goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and loved ones, as well as the university and my colleagues, who I hope you will feel have nurtured and supported you. Now, you could be forgiven for thinking that that means that this has to be an important and solemn occasion. but you'd be quite wrong in every sense. This is a day of celebration. So I shall be very disappointed if anyone crosses this stage today to anything less than thunderous applause, or whatever other way you choose to express your enthusiasm and support. And with that in mind, we'll do a warm-up, I think. With that in mind, I'd like to invite all today's graduates who are able to do so. Please, would you stand, graduates, if you can. Families, friends and Open University colleagues, let's start today's ceremony by giving all our amazing graduates a huge round of applause. Pace yourself, it's a long afternoon. Graduates, you may sit down, thank you. There are more ways in which you can show your appreciation to your graduates who are here today. If you post messages, photos, use social media, be sure to use the hashtag OUFamily to share your congratulations and celebrations with the wider OU community. Today's ceremony will begin with the presentation of those graduates who have gained higher degrees, postgraduate diplomas, postgraduate certificate in education, and first degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering, and Bachelor of Laws. They'll be presented by Sarah Stewart, Director of PGC Programme in Wales, Faculty of Wellbeing Education, Languages, and Language Studies. I know that. Wellbeing Education and Language Studies. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degree of Doctor of the University to Narina Shopland. Vicky Jones, Deputy Director of the OU in Wales, will present Narina Shopland, who will sign the honorary graduate's book here and then make a reply. Then we'll continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education. I will conclude the ceremony with a final short address to the graduates. So I now call upon Sarah Stewart to present graduates.
Executive Dean, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees, a postgraduate diploma and postgraduate certificates in education and have been able to attend here today. Am radd meistr yn y gwyddorau mewn plentyndod ac ieuenctid, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Science in Childhood and Youth, I present Gemma Baker. Am radd meistr yn y celfyddydau mewn astudiaethau clasurol, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Arts in Classical Studies, I present Stephen Harris. Am radd meistr yn y celfyddydau mewn ysgrifennu creadigol, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, I present Joanne Charlotte Chambers. Zia Thomas. Am radd meistr yn y celfyddydau mewn Saesneg, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, I present Helen McCarthy. Am radd meistr mewn addysg, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Education, I present Emma Bassett. Am radd meistr yn y celfyddydau mewn hanes, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Arts in History, I present Terence Kane. Am radd meistr mewn gwynyddu busnes, ymarfer arweinyddiaeth, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Leadership Practice, I present Sarah Marriott. Alex Roberts. Am radd meistr mewn peirianneg, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Engineering, I present Johan de Jager. For the degree of Master of Laws, am radd meistr yn y gyfraith, cyflwynaf, Davinder Singh. Am radd meistr yn y gwyddorau mewn cemeg feddygyniaethol, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry, I present Stephen Jenkins. Am radd meistr yn y gwyddorau mewn gwyddor iechyd meddwl, cyflwynaf. For the degree of Master of Science in Mental Health Science, I present Rachel Dixon. Am ddiploma ôl-raddedig mewn gwaith cymdeithasol, cyflwynaf. For the Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, I present Rajvita Chandel. Ac am dystysgrif addysg i raddedigion Cymru, cyflwynaf. And for the Postgraduate Certificate in Education Wales, I present Victoria Anderson. Helen Bowen. Kelly Bray. Courtney Bridge. Mared Dafydd. Tracy Davis. Julie Evans. Rachel Evans. Lowry Evans Painter. Melissa Fawkes. Jamie Griffiths. Nikita Griffiths. Georgina Halford. Gemma Hall. Kristen Harris. Bethan Herbert Evans. Monica Herlihy. Adele Humphreys. Hannah Jackson. Helen Jenkins. Jessica John. Kate Jones. Hannah May Ellis. Zoe Marsh. Joshua McGill. Sean McNamara. Josh Misho Trusk. Rebecca Rose Morris. Laura Millett. Rebecca Stiles. Rees. Nia Rees. Catherine Rees-Davis. Sianed Roberts. Jessica Wood. Teitl y dyfarniad, Diploma Olradd yn y Diniaethau. Cyflwynaf i chi ar rhan y diweddar Christian Dabnor, ei dad a'i fab, John Dabnor ac Atticus Dabnor. For the award title, Postgraduate Diploma in Humanities, I present to you, on behalf of the late Christian Dabnor, his father and son, John Dabnor and Atticus Dabnor. Executive Dean, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Law degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. Cyflwynaf am radd baglar yn y celfyddydau, I present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Dawn Adams. Yasura Albayati. Rebecca Asquith. Pamela Beaupre. Joanne Bell. Angela Bindley. Dane Bond. Victoria Brody. Helen Brooking. Annalise Brown. Hayden Brown. Jessica Browning. Katie Burnell. Emily Castle. Kerry Champion. Rebecca Chaplin. Michelle Clothier. Gareth Crode. Karen Crowell. Rebecca Crosby. Jessica Dance. Jessica Daniel. Gwennan Davis. Laura Davis. Lauren Davis. Tammy Davis. Danita Delmont. Stephanie Dewick-Berry. Cheryl Fellows. Amy Forbes. Rebecca Fowler. Luca Goddard. Connor Goff. James Goff. Catherine Catherine Griffiths. Stephen Hampson. Matthew Hargreaves. Shannon Harris. Caroline Hermitage. Kerry Higgins. Eleanor Hodgson. Neve Horn. Dominic Hughes. Kelly Hughes. Ellie Ingham. Vicky Johns. Timothy Jones. Rochelle Kareem. Bryony Cologne. Litha Corita Mishaliti Sianu. Sasha Lane. Angharad Lawrence. Penny Lawrence. Gareth Lewis. Laura Lewis. Teresa Locke. Jake Marshall. Rebecca Mash. Ida Mauro House. Malgorzata Maynard. Brenny McTaggart. Elaine Moller. Kerry Morgan. Tony Marie Norman. Helen O'Hara. Abigail Owusu. Rebecca Parker. Chris Pearson. Peter Phillips Burge. Sian Pritchard. Rebecca Randall. Jade Redford. Ashley Retty. Teresa Richards. Clyden Rien. Samantha Roberts. Katrina Rowlands. May Sharma. Aisha Sadiqa. Tina Sinclair. Marissa Standerwick. David Stanley. Katie Stevens. Shahrazad Stokes. Helena Stokes. Robert Sumner. Maria Tanvir. Trina Taylor. Rachel Taylor Beals. Chloe Tegg. Antonia Thomas. Maria Thomas. Morgan Thomas. Caroline Thompson. Louise Tucker. Charlotte Walker. Scott Warburton. Jane Elizabeth Wilding West. Lucy Wilkins. Shan Wilkins. Alicia Williams. Jeff Williams. Jessica Wiltshire. Lindy Zambas. Am radd baglor mewn peirianneg cyflwynaf for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, I present Tom Ames. William Davis. Neil Hodge. Kevin McWhirter. Glenn Sullivan. Ross Williams. Ac am radd baglor yn y gyfraith cyflwynaf, and for the degree of Bachelor of Laws, I present Katie Aldridge. Andrew Anderson. Stephen Benham. Danielle Brooks. Angharad Butler. Danielle Butler. Nigel Channing. Gemma Crook. Kerry Davis. Drew Green. Fionn Hill. Poppy Ives. Christian Jones. Mark Lane. Tobin. Lisa Townsend. Shani Turner. Kirandeep Verdi.
Executive Dean, colleagues, graduates, guests. Narina Shopland is an historian, author and campaigner who has made it her life's work to use history as a tool to tackle discrimination in all its guises. She began her career as a teacher of music in Dorset before going on to work for the American Society of Composers, Authors and Publishers, where she gained an insider's view of the music industry. Using that knowledge, she wrote her first book, How the Music Business Works, but realised soon after that the music industry wasn't her passion after all. It was an evening course in history that put her on the path to completing a BSc and then an MSc in archaeology from University College London as a mature student. Quickly thereafter, she joined LAGNA, the Lesbian and Gay News Media Archive, where she was responsible for collating press cuttings on LGBTQIA+ issues. It was here that she realised just how little representation there was of queer people and stories in our libraries, museums and archives. She later worked for the Museum of London on a project studying what the museum collected and why, before going on to lead Welsh Pride, which was the first recording of the history of sexual orientation and gender fluidity in Wales. It culminated in a 2012 exhibition at the Senedd, during which the celebrated historian of Wales, John Davis, spoke openly for the first time about his own lived experiences. She also worked closely with Dr. Gillian Clark, who served as National Poet of Wales, to create a poem dedicated to the people of Wales. The poem, Sarah Plasnewydd, Llangollen, 5th of July 1788, was written about the ladies of Llangollen, and still today remains the only known poem in the world written by a national poet or poet laureate dedicated to the country's LGBTQ population. From there, Narina went on to author the groundbreaking collection of Welsh histories, Forbidden Lives, which recounts stories of real people in Welsh history who may have had what we today know as queer identities, whose histories have been hidden because of a lack of representation. She also wrote A History of Women in Men's Clothes and The Welsh Girl King. In her writing, Narina has aimed to expand the diversity of the histories we read, bringing stories to also include those of Black, Asian and minority ethnic people to the fore. Her belief in doing so is that increasing visibility decreases discrimination. She co-wrote Queer in Glamorgan, published by Glamorgan Archives, and devised a new glossary for researching queer history, a subject for which she is internationally recognised. From there, she has gone on to develop LGBTQIA+ timelines for every county in Wales, which will launch next year. Her work makes Wales the world's only country to have tracked its history at this level. She is a member of the International Committee of LGBTQ+ History Months and is regularly called upon by museums, archives, community groups and governments in Wales and beyond to support and contribute to projects relating to diverse histories. Narina demonstrates through her commitment to open learning, sharing with others, the hidden lives and hidden voices of our nation. She is a storyteller, but one of truth and social justice. Her commitment to open education and the importance of inclusion and equity in her work speaks to the ethos and values that we uphold at the OU. Executive Dean, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Nerina Shopland.
Brynhawr da. Diolch yn fawr, Vicky and Karen. And I'm delighted to be here today. I was in a phone shop in Abergavenny earlier in the year with my 92-year-old father who was buying a new mobile phone. And he's one of those people who has to know everything about everything. And this was taking some time, so I was getting a little bit bored. And so I decided to check my emails. And I was surprised and delighted to find a message from the Open University stating that I'd been selected to receive an honorary degree in recognition of my work on raising awareness of diversity in Welsh history and society. And I reacted. I said, oh my gosh. And the people in the shop said, are you okay? And so I told them. And there was this impromptu mini celebration with the staff and the customers in the shop, which was lovely that something so positive could be shared with strangers. And I am extremely grateful to the Open University. I'm very humbled, very flattered that I should be given this award. And I really can't find the words to say thank you enough. My thanks also to Emma and Vicky for the nominations. The day is tinged with a little bit of sadness that my mother, who died of COVID, couldn't be here because she would just have had a field day. She would have been going around telling you all anecdotes about my past life and embarrassing the life out of me. But I and all of us are here through the support of others. People like my wife, Julie Carpenter, whose unwavering support enables me to do the work that I do. And others like my sister Anne Gifford, and my father Robert Shopland, who sadly is in hospital as I speak. Because support from others is vital in both our personal and our professional lives. But there are those who still omitted from society and from society's history, those hidden and forbidden people, for no other reason for their sexuality, their gender identity, colour of the skin, disability or other. And we, these diverse people, have often been left out of the mainstream historical narrative. And when, of course, I say history, history is today, not just the past. And today, while LGBTQ plus history in Wales is starting to gain ground, other histories, such as minority ethnic, still have a long way to go. There's no history of disability in Wales, and a number of others that I could mention. My congratulations to you all. I know you have worked really hard, and you should be very, very proud of yourselves. It's a great achievement to be here today. But my appeal to you as you move forward in your lives is to try and be inclusive of others in your work and include those who've been left out. Because I promise you, their stories will surprise and amaze you, as throughout my work, they have surprised and amazed me, and they will enrich your work. Because at the end of the day, we all have a diversity of one kind or another. And when you add all those diversities together, what you have is us and the society that we all share. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much.
Executive Dean, continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. Cyflwynaf am radd baglor yn y gwyddorau. I present for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Philippe Amorin. Erica Axford. Claire Balik. Clara Barnes. Amy Barry. Nicola Barson. Christopher Bennett. Brian Bliss. Katie Bernard. Rachel Bowen. Hannah Boyland. James Boyle. James Burford. Joy Burrell. Rachel Barrett. Edwin Burrows. Amy Basinius. Kelly Corsten. Anne-Marie Chadwick. David Clark. Dev Kofi. Sarah Jane Collette. Jennifer Coombs. Diogo Costa. Katie Costello. Karen Cross. David Davis. Kelly Davis. Jessica Edwards. Penny Evans. Abigail Fear. Adam Fieldhouse. Amanda Gallagher. Sherry Galley. Natalie Generalovic. Ashley Gooch. Susan Gray. Genevieve Griffiths. Rachel Gunstone. Sandra Hilda. Chloe Hill. Tony Holmes. Georgina Howard. Nia Howells. Abigail Hughes. Rebecca Hunt. Maria Eiffel. Kirsten Eilert. Janet Isaacs. Catherine James. Gareth James. Jonathan Jenkins. Ben Jones. Kaylee Jones. Megan Rebecca Jones. Natalia Jones. Madiha Kiani. Kaylee Kinchin Vallam. Kelly Landeg. William Lapan Scott. Zoe Leonard. Jennifer Long. Teresa Lushkinsa. Vicky Mace. Danielle Maggs. Bethan Marsden. Anthony Marshall. Joe Mayer. Christopher Minty. Chelsea Morgan. Jessica Morgan. Abby Newman. Chloe Oldham. Lauren Oliver. Abigail Paynton. Beth Pierce. Charlie Penny. Kristen Rien. Megan Robbins. Jordan Roberts. Mary Sanford. Georgiana Snelling. Gavin Spear. Kaylin Thomas. Holly Thomas. Stacey Thomas. Matthew Toy. Barbara Turzo. Dave Van Dyke. Leanne Vanstone. Laura Wall. Jasmine Ward. Sarah Watkins. Ella Whitchurch. Moira Wiseman. Kirsty Wood. Claire Wright. Zara Young. Owain Zarilli. Am radd sylfaen cyflwynaf, for a foundation degree, I present Vivian Ball. Kate Bevan. Suzanne Jenkins. Ac am Diploma Addysg Uwch Cyflwynaf, and for the Diploma of Higher Education, I present Samantha Barker. Michelle Clark. Sarah Louise Lockyer. Sam Morgan. Hannah Peckham. Anna Perry. Siobhan Phillips. Sherry Powell. Shanae Powell. Zoe Turner. Amanda Whittaker.
It's been a long afternoon. I have to scroll through to the bit that says address. Graduates, a year or so after the Open University had opened its doors in 1969, Mr. Hallows, a dusty and besooted secondary maths teacher, had the unenviable task of educating me and my teenage classmates in something that was called back then the new maths. Now, I'm going to say new 15 more times in the rest of my address, so see if you spot them all. Polly Hallows, his profile looked distinctly parrot-like, cared very much about our learning. So, for example, our delight in solving an equation would fuel him with fulfillment also. He encouraged learning by bringing his subject alive with stories and real-life scenarios and mostly good humour. It's not always possible for teachers to share that delight so clearly and enduringly. New graduates, have you had any teachers like this? I'm pretty certain you will have been inspired in this way too. We sometimes applauded Polly at the end of a good lesson. Did you ever applaud at the end of a good tutorial? Well, OU graduates, whether or not you have ever done so before, my esteemed colleagues here are representing all those who have supported your learning. Therefore, I invite you now to show your appreciation to them. Now, I know that you are gold standard students, and by the way, they are now officially gold standard teachers, educators, and facilitators. This was announced just a few weeks ago as the outcome of a new university evaluation known as the Teaching Excellence Framework, in which the OU got a first, so to speak, as one of a few achieving an overall gold classification. Now, graduates, as you know only too well, the multiple challenges of being an OU student are second only to the singular challenge of living with one. So let's share a moment to acknowledge, on behalf of all students, the amazing support given by family and friends who have stayed the course with you. Now, Polly Hallows, you remember him. He learned his craft on the job because, as I realise now, the new maths was in fact so called because it was not just new to us, it was new to him too. And learners make very good teachers. Polly also introduced us to this new open university where he had seen others working out new ways of teaching. His face lit up when he explained how he had heard that at the OU, lecturers and BBC producers puzzled together over how best to use TV and radio to bring learning alive, despite the distance implicit in a university of the air. I'm not quite sure I got it back then. Open. Sounds like anybody could go. University, that sounds like hard work. And I know, graduates, that you'll agree that it is. And it should be if it is to be taken seriously. And that Teaching Excellence Gold Award shows how credible we are and how incredibly hard you have worked. Well, I passed out in my teenage years as a student of new physics in Manchester, during which time I remember being inspired by a visiting lecturer from this newfangled university, the Open University. And he spoke about his research into renewable energy. It's a topic that's been much loved and much developed at the OU to this day. So that was my second encounter with the OU. My third was several years later when I met an OU maths tutor in a cafeteria. He told me that he didn't teach classes so much as make it possible for hungry learners to feast without getting indigestion. And coincidentally, not long after that, a fourth encounter occurred, and I was lucky enough to be offered the chance to join the OU as a new lecturer. And I leapt at it, and I have never stopped learning since. At the OU, we've always been keen on what we call pedagogy, the science and craft of the learner-teacher interaction, striving to put our own learning to good use and to do an even better job next time. Graduates, this is your challenge too. As the latest generation of OU alumni, we ask that you put your learning to good use to do whatever you do even better. Learn and live. It's what we do. It's on our crest. Dysgu ar byw. Live and learn. Back in the 1970s, the Apollo lunar astronauts were learning and living, albeit in a very grainy black and white. Dusty old Polly Hallows was learning and living too in chalk on a board, and renewable energy was not being taken seriously. That's when I started an OU journey which led me through colour TV, video cassettes, floppy disks, CDs, the internet, DVDs, a virtual learning environment, webcasts and virtual reality to meet you here in Newport today. And it's in an age of renewable energy. My, how things change. And today we are celebrating your hard-won achievements. Congratulations, new graduates, and good fortune with the rest of your learning journey. Now, would all of today's graduates who can, please, would you stand if you can do so? And may I ask the assembled guests to congratulate these amazing individuals one last time. You've done very well with that applause. Thank you very much. The proceedings of this degree ceremony have been completed, and I now declare the meeting of congregation closed. Would all who are able to stand please do so now?